Hi there, Karen here, and today I'm doing a layout from Christmas morning this year, and I've started off with some white cardstock and this piece of there's like gingerbread houses that were actually cut from a piece of paper some time ago, and I found it in my Christmas paper stash box, and I thought, well, that'd make a nice little thing to put at the bottom of my page because it looks like gingerbread houses and it's about eating, so it seemed to fit. But that bit of white at the bottom, it looked a bit like a bit blank, so I thought I'd put some glitter on it. But my little glue pen just would not work, so I come up with another solution, and I've used some cotton wool and some wet glue, and I'm just blobbing it on, and then sort of bit at a time, and then adding the glitter. And it's just a real pale, iridescent, clear glitter to start with. And I've just kept going along there, and I got in quite a mess with all the glitter. It went everywhere, so as you can imagine, I had to spend some time clearing it up. And now I wanted to add a little bit of blue, but it came out in a bit of a blob, so I had to sort of sort that out. So I just wanted some little bits of blue glitter in between. Didn't quite work out the way I had in my mind, so I'm not sure I did quite the right thing, but I persevered with it. So I've just got a little bits of blue dotted along the bottom of that strip there, in amongst the clear. So I've got that done, and it looks okay. It's not great, but it'll do. So I'm just going to stick that piece on. I love that little strip of little houses. I thought that was really, really cute and really looked good along the bottom there. Just happened to find it in my box, and I thought, oh, I'll use that. So there we are. Just stuck that along there. Yeah, I like that. And then I'm just backing my photos. Just a little piece, another piece of scrap I found in my box from last year's Oh Joy collection by Pink Fresh. It was a lovely little piece of ferns with some little turquoisey fern pieces, and I thought it went well with the pictures, so I'm just sticking those on together there, and I'm just going to trim that down. Now these pictures are from Christmas morning. We were having our breakfast, and our daughter made us blueberry pancakes, which was a first. She just looked up the recipe on her phone and knocked them out, and they were delicious. They were really great. And she was doing this partly because she was the only one staying with us this over Christmas this year. Her big sister had gone to stay with her boyfriend's family, so she'd sort of taken over cooking duties from her big sister, who's always done it before. She's made us pancakes in the past, but Hannah thought it was she'd have a go, and she did a really great job, and they were great. So I thought it was worthy of recording that this was her first time as chief cook. Well, helping me out certainly with Christmas cooking, and this was a triumph. So I thought I'd do a layout of it, and I'm just backing it with some of this turquoise tissue that I've got loads of, because there's it picks out some of the colours in the photos. Certainly the turquoise that's the colour of my dressing gown. We haven't even managed to get dressed yet, as you can see. We're still just starting our day, but it was a really good way to start a day. If you see closely, my husband didn't actually have any pancakes. He had stuck with his usual cereal because that's what he likes. But me and Hannah had pancakes, and they were great. Now in my drawer where I keep all my tissue, I found this big piece of circles, like a circle template in card, and I thought, oh, that would make a nice background rather than just going for the usual layering. I thought I'd do a circle in the background, and it's this grey plaid, which I thought looked rather nice in the background there. And I've just tucked it behind one of the houses, and I'm just marking where it is, so that I can do a bit of mixed media. And then I forgot to turn the camera on when I was doing the mixed media, for which I really apologise. So it's all done there, and all I used was some watered down London blue as a packaging technique, and a few splatters with some highly shining teal, and it's just to give it a little bit of background, which I really like there. And this is few more splatters with highly shining tinsel. It's just a little bit picks up a little bit of the grey, so it's slightly shiny, like a dark silver really. And I like the way that looks behind the circle. I think it really, really gives it a nice background. And I'm just trying out some of these cut aparts. These are from the Pink Fresh Studio 'Tis the Season page. It's a piece of cardstock, and it's got lots of cut aparts on it, and I've cut them all up, and I was just picking them out and trying out some at the sides there. And now I'm just doing a bit of grey outline just to give an edge to this quite pale cardstock that I'm using, just to give it another little bit of lift against the background, just to define the edge really. That looks better. You can see I've tucked in those 2 cut aparts there. I haven't stuck them down yet, but they will stay there more or less in that situation. Though I'm rather wishing the one on the right, I'd cut down the dark blue a bit. But there it is, and that's where it's going to stay. And I've just put my photos on some craft foam to lift them up, so I can tuck things behind. And I'm just going through, I've got this box with loads of bits of ephemera that I've kept together, and they're those trees that I did on my last layout. I did a bit of embossing, and I used the gold ones on my last layout, and these are the silver and the blue, which I thought go rather well with this layout. So I've just used a couple of those, and I'm going to put them at the side there. And then just picking out a few more bits and pieces from the box. These are a mixture of ephemera from this year and from last year, and I've just picked out a pile. I don't use even half of them, I don't think, but it gives me a few to choose from. And this is another box I had with some old bits of enamel dots and bits of ephemera that I've kept. There's some flair in there. Just keep them together in the boxes, just so I can go through them when I need them. And I picked out a few bits from there. Now I'm just choosing some of these ephemera, so I thought I'd use that 25 to show this is actually on Christmas Day. So that's the date of it. And I'm going to cut out, there's another one of the cut aparts, and I'm just going to cut this down, just give it a little edge of the blue, but cut it down to be a circle rather than a big square, because it's quite a large piece there. And I'm going to tuck it in behind that corner. It is the season to be jolly, it says, and it certainly is, and Hannah is always jolly at this time of year. And then we've got another couple on the left there, together with you, and the 25 that's they will be stuck down shortly. Now I'm working on my title. So I've done Hannah's in some little clear black stickers, and now I'm using these Fitzgerald foam thickers that I really love in a blue to spell the word blueberry. And then these are Pinkfresh Studios Dream On. They're black enamel really letters, and they're very curly font. So Pancakes is spelt out in that. And then I realised that actually that P can be a capital or a lowercase p, and it looks better as a capital. It just lines up better with the K, and I thought that would fit in better. So I'm just trying out some placements for these. I've got them all on wax paper, and I'm just moving them around, trying to decide where the title should go. And it looks a bit overcrowded at the top, so I've split the words blueberry and pancakes and put pancakes underneath. I thought it looked better there. I'm just sticking in some of these. Certainly I'm sticking in the circle there now, so I can line up blueberry next to it. And I'm going to stick in the other 2 pieces of these other 2 cut aparts that I've just tucked in behind those roofs on either side of the page. Well, I'm just doing that one to start with, and then I'm going to work on the ephemera on the left hand page. I'm a bit all over the place here. I start working on the title, and then I get distracted by working on the other bits as well. So just trying to stick everything down so that when I come to put the title on, it'll fit in between all the ephemera that I've already stuck down. That kind of explains why I haven't yet got around to putting pancakes down. So now I'm having a go at putting that in. I've seen where I want it to go, and I'm just sticking the letters down. And then I forgot that I was going to make the P a capital, and I put it down as lowercase. And then I kept thinking it didn't look right. It looked too far away. It looked too distant from the photos, and I couldn't work out why it didn't look right. And I just left it there for a bit while I stuck a few other bits down, and I'm sticking the rest of the title will get stuck down now, or maybe not. No, I'm going to do this bit. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, now I'm sticking the title down. I'm jumping about from one thing to the next. I'm finally putting the title down, at least the top part of it. And I love these Fitzgerald thickers. I've got another pack in a more of a tealy colour, and they're glittery and gorgeous, and you get loads of them, and they're so easy to use. And I've picked out this this little tag, and I'm going to do my journaling on here, and it just says that Hannah took her cooking responsibilities very seriously in Jenny's absence and made us delicious blueberry pancakes for breakfast. And I used a little bit of twine at the top of that tag. And just trying to find a way that the top of the tree doesn't cover up the writing. I've just about got it right there. And I'm just going to stick down the letters, saying Hannah's blueberry pancakes. And they were just as good as Jenny's, and she cooked us last year. And I'm going to stick that tag down, and I've ended up sticking it a bit close to the H for Hannah. Later on I do just move it along a little bit off camera, so it's not quite so crowded onto the title there. And just putting these pieces of hummer in, I've just decided to stick them in. That's Together With You and the number 25. And then I found this December on a silver sticker sheet with a load of months of the year on, so I thought I'd make it very clear that the 25 refers to the day or the date that this is all taking place. And now I've got some stamps that I'm stamping in red, so I can stamp the year underneath. I've got little number stamps. I've got one on each stamp block, so I can just do it quickly rather than keep taking one off and replacing it. I've just got them on 4 different little stamp blocks, and I'm popping down the date. And as you can see off camera, I have stuck pancakes down and remembered to move the P into its capital position. And I'm just popping a little puffy sticker under there which says Christmas morning. I felt it needed, I liked the little bit of extra red there. There's just a few little pops of red here and there around the layout which it needs, just to lift it a bit. I'm just doing an outline on the tag, and I have trimmed down the layout a bit off camera all the way around because I had forgotten to take off the branding strip on the white cardstock, so I actually took that off the top because there was a bit more room there. So I was able to then staple down the tag because it was sticking up a bit, and I've added a couple of little red enamel stars and dots and a few little bits here and there around. So that's the layout done. I'm really pleased with how it turned out. I really enjoyed doing this one, and so I hope you did too, and I hope you join me again soon. Goodbye.